It's like dancing on bowling balls. Not easy to do. It ain't pine. It's like cutting concrete. Today on the wood yard, it's a hickory cutting. Today and in the wood yard, it's a hickory cutting day. What we have here is a bunch of hickory that I have separated out from loads that I bought. There is probably 3 full cords because it goes all the way back there out to there, and it's about 4 feet high here. So I would say right around 3 full cords. Could be a little more, could be a little less, I don't know. But it's hickory, and the reason I'm cutting it is I'm out of hickory, number one. Number two, hickory takes a long time to dry, and I have people that I know this summer will be asking me for hickory that smoke meat. And I'm going to split it down fairly small, probably down to about 1.5 to 2 inches, and it will dry faster that way. And I'm going to store it along the barn in the sun on the concrete. It's going to be facing south in the wind all the time. So I'm going to get this done today. I see one piece of cherry right here. We'll have to pull that out of there and put that back by the cherry. And I am going to get this done so that it can start drying ASAP, because I will have people that will want it very soon. Now I have a source for hickory that way about 1/2 mile that he has stuff that's ready to go right now that's dry. So if I get a customer that has to have some, I can go buy some from one of my new best friends. Not an old best friend like old Tony. This is a new best friend. He's actually a Firewood competitor right down the road. He's been there for quite a while, and he does Firewood full time, and he has a lot of wood. His name is Travis Arndt. He's right down the road, and I can buy wood from him, and I have in the past, and I will again when I get low on something. If I don't have something, a customer of mine has to have it, I buy wood from him. He gets the sale. I make a little bit of money. All I really do is make a few dollars transporting it and handling it. I think the last load I did, I bought a full cord of hickory from him, and I ended up making, I had to deliver it, so getting it, hauling it, delivering it, dumping it, probably took me 1.5 hours, and I made like $100. But I kept the customer, so that's the main thing. So this stuff is going to get cut up right now. Right there's the trailer, and what I'm going to do is when I get done cutting, which will take me probably a couple tanks worth here, and it's starting to get warm fast today, then I will wheel the Wolf Ridge 17 RS splitter over here. I will lower down the wedge down to like about 2 inches, and I will start splitting all of this. Now I also have some hickory that's in that pile over there, but there's only like maybe 4 pieces in that pile, and then that long the stuff that's 16 foot, there's probably 2 or 3 in there too. I'll get to those later, but today I want to get this going because I've been putting it off and I need to get going in my processing. So that's job 1. Job number 2, not today, but right after this, is I am going to start working on all of this stuff. So I'm going to separate out the dry stuff. The stuff that doesn't have a mark on it is going to be dry. The stuff with the red paint on that stuff is going to be wet, and that'll be put out separate, and that'll go into a bin. I will put the dry stuff in one bin and the wet stuff in a different bin, because there is a lot of this. As I'm cutting it, you can tell it is dry. So that's job 2. At the same time, so it's still part of job 2, does that make sense, is all of this here. This is all white oak for the most part, and this stuff here needs to get processed about 2 months ago, because I need to get this dry. Oh, there's a piece of hickory right here's one. I may be able to pull that one out of there, and all this needs to get processed. Another piece of hickory. So there's 1, 2, no, that's not one. There might be one back there. I need to get this stuff processed. Luckily I have a bunch of this. This is dry barkless dead red oak and black oak that I am putting the dry stuff over here. So that stuff I can sell right away, and I've got a bunch of that done already. I've got 2 semi-loads of that done and ready to go at my other business. So got lots to do. I got to get flying now. I got to really get going, and I got people that want to give me wood. I got places I got to go. There's a guy that's got a bunch of cherry for me, and a guy that's got a bunch of hickory for me, and a guy that's got a whole bunch of ash. Some of them want to give it to me, some want to sell me the stuff, and I just don't have time to do it all at once. So I'm just going to hit this today real hard. My goal is to get this all cut and all split and put it into a bin today. It's going to be a long day, and it's already noon because I was doing other stuff this morning, so time to get to work. 572, 572. These are the two saws I'm going to use for the hickory because it's not big stuff diameter wise. And I do have both of these sharpened. I do have my sled here. I got my 592. If I want to use that, I can sharpen that up, and I also have my 562. But these are the two that I'm going to rerun in today. For some reason, it got hot fast. Woo! Cooking. I gotta get something to drink. I'm gonna move these rounds out of the way and then keep cutting. Look at that. Pile of wood. Not done. Getting close though. About 2 1/4 tanks. I had that saw running, and I ran about a half a tank. I shut it off to move rounds, and then I filled it back up. And I ran it almost out, but it started getting dull. I must have hit some dirt or something. I could tell I was forcing it, so when I grabbed that saw, I just ran that one out. So all that's left was just right here. So about 1/3 of a cord, maybe a little bit more, and we'll have the cutting for today done. I am dripping wet. My thong is soaked. So I got all the cutting done, and I took a little break, cooled off, went and got something to drink. I think there's a little more than 2 full cords here. I'm thinking maybe 2 1/2 tops. Not as much as I thought. I thought there was more, but still was plenty of cutting. Went through about 2 1/2 tanks. And while I was cutting, I'm trying to think about how I want to do this, because I want to get this stuff split and drying. Like I said, 2 months ago would be good. 3 months ago would be even better. But today's the day. And I thought about what I would do is I would split it and put it right into my dump trailer, which is over there, and then take the dump trailer and then tip it back and then throw it into a bin. But I don't have a bin built yet for this wood. And I want to get it to split today. And I don't want to spend all the time building a bin, so I think what I'm going to do, well, I thought about this. I thought about taking my totes. There's 7 totes I have out there, and I could have had those and filled them up, but I'd have to stack them in there, and I don't want to stack in the totes because that's just a waste of time. You're going to dump it out anyway, and I want it to be loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the Wolf Ridge splitters right there, the 17 RS. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to split all the wood to right here in a big pile. And then I can scoop it up with the bucket. I kind of clean this up a little. I can scoop it up with the bucket, and I can dump it into a bin on another day when I get a bin built. But at least it's cut and split, and it's starting to dry right here, right now, because it'll get almost full sun almost all the time here until these trees create some shade in the afternoon, which I'm finding out is awesome. It's so much cooler in the shade. I never thought, like I said yesterday, I've never thought I would say I like cottonwoods, but they are excellent shade trees. This is working out very nice. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run a log over there and put it the horizontal way, and then all the wood will go on top of it. And that way when I push in with the bucket, that log will stop them from scooting under and kind of be like a backstop. And those logs will be plenty of weight. I can scoop right into them. And I'll be able to just scoop these up, a nice clean surface, and then dump them into the bin. Thought about putting the bucket, the big bucket, on the tractor, splitting into that and then taking it and dumping it into a bin. But like I said, I don't have a bin that I want to put this in, because that big bin that I built the other day is big enough to hold 12, 15 full of cords. And I'm not going to need a big bin for this hickory. I'm going to need a small bin or a section of a bin. And so I want to build that separately, because I plan on putting like the cherry and the hickory in one bin, but have a divider. That's my plan anyway. So we'll see how it goes. But right now, I'm going to take this bad boy, we're going to shove it over there, we're going to start splitting. We're going to split till we get this done. good. I'm not quite halfway. I'd like to keep going. There's a storm coming. It's starting to sprinkle. I saw a flash of lightning. I felt it. I just went and looked at my phone, and there's a severe thunderstorm coming right at us. It's supposed to be here like within a half an hour. So it's starting to sprinkle now a little bit, but it's going to be booming in a little bit. They said, seek shelter. Severe thunderstorm, so it's coming. It's supposed to cool way off. Today it was like 80 something, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 60. So cool front is coming, which is good. So my plan is working pretty good. All the rounds were over there, and I pulled them over here with the tractor, threw them in a pile, filled up the bucket here, and my pile is growing. Yeah, I'm not, might be halfway, close to it. And splitter's working excellent. That auto retract is just phenomenal. If you're getting a splitter, make sure it's got auto retract, because while you're sending it, you can turn around, grab another round or two, and by the time you come back, you can send another one. And I'm splitting the stuff like this is about as big as I want it. It actually should be split down smaller. This one too. This is too big, so we'll split those smaller. I want them like this size right here, about the size of my wrist, which isn't very big. It's pretty scrawny. So this is what my customers for my smoking wood, this is the kind of stuff they want. Nothing bigger than this right here. So, and it'll dry faster. The nice thing is I'll finish this up tomorrow. This can just sit here until I get a bin built for the cherry and the hickory. My plan is, like I said, I'm gonna build one bin for both of them. One end will have cherry, one end will have the hickory. And I've got, this is all I got of hickory, and I got like 3 times that much of cherry. So, and I'll be getting more of both, but I'm gonna at least get this done so that when people call in a couple months, I've got something that I can sell them. And I know some of you would say, well, it's never gonna be ready. Well, it will be ready. I'm splitting it smaller. It's been sitting, a lot of this stuff is a year old. It's been sitting in a log pile for a year. When I cut it, it was pretty, you could tell, dry. And I haven't cut hickory in a long time. It's probably been a year or so. And I gotta tell you, it ain't pine. It's like cutting concrete. Unbelievable. You gotta be really careful with it too, because it rolls so easy when you're up on the log pile. And if you saw me dancing up there, hickory is so round. The rounds are round, very round. They roll very easily, and so you can step on one and they shoot right out on you. But we're getting there, so the bucket's pretty nice right there. I'll eventually just use the bucket, scoop them up. But I shoved that stuff over here, so it's going pretty good. The storm is approaching, so that is going to be it for today, folks. I will see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to finish this pile. We're gonna slaughter it. Well, not slaughter it. We're gonna finish it tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. You better be here. Good night, Irene.